Where's my screen?
Yes, it's glitching out.
What? No, I will have 3 lessons going on. Better stop recording. Stop. It's eating the. Okay, I also want to stress on the importance of memorizing definition. Now, because when you are in primary school, you're not used to memorizing definitions, but now in secondary school, a lot of questions asked, right, are about definition. And if you don't know the definition well, chances are you cannot do a lot of questions because you don't know what they're asking about. Okay, that's the biggest problem. Okay, right. So as we are going through the revision from the beginning, I will stress on the definition. We will take some time to pause a while and have you memorize and tell me what the definitions are.
No.
Yeah, knowledge is important.
No.
Knowledge is important. What?
You don't need knowledge.
Yeah, of course, because nowadays you have Google, you have internet, okay? However, yeah, but however, you have a problem because during exam, you cannot use Google. You can't use Google. So if you can use Google, right, like adults, right? Adults don't have to memorize, right? Everything don't know, just Google, right? But however, you have exam, no, during exam, you cannot Google. If not, I also agree, when I was a student, like, why do I have to go and memorize all the definitions when you can just find it in the library?
We learn 7 subjects, but teacher just teach 1. Yeah.
When teachers, but because they also went through 7.
Yeah, so they should teach 7.
Yeah, I'm teaching a lot, I'm teaching a lot. I teach Chinese also. Yeah. 1、2、3、4、5, is it? Yeah, I can't hear. Oh no, how to help also? You see, I teach technical one IT also. I can't hear. Maybe change speaker. Maybe switch on the volume. Turn on volume.
Maybe get your ear tracked.
Or change earpiece.
Yeah, are you an English teacher?
Yes.
Can you teach me? I feel English.
You feel English?
English class.
I join with Com. Okay, change.
You only spend like 1 hour 20 minutes just doing nothing, waiting for this person to faster write stuff.
Okay, we're gonna continue our lesson, right? This Blossom will troubleshoot. She will troubleshoot thing. Okay. So as I mentioned, right, this definition is important for Set 1. Now, do I agree with definition is important like in future? Not really, but the problem with most of us is that we don't memorize the definition, then we don't score the marks, then you think science is difficult. Actually, it's not that difficult. Right? It's just have to memorize. Yeah, it's just have to memorize definitions like, stuff like that I put over here. And most of the time you'll be fine. Okay, right? So today will be a lot of definition memorizing day. Now I really need to give you all two skills. If not, how you copy stuff? You need to copy things. Okay? Yeah. Really, you all know it, but maybe I'll do it. Okay, the guys.
Yeah.
Guys automatically put it there.
Yeah. I already got A1 for science, I'm okay.
Very good.
It goes into our brain, but it will come out later.
You want?
I don't know.
You keep just in case, okay?
3 in a row, A1 for science.
You know what?
3 A1s in a row for science.
3 A1.
That means you don't need any like it. Let's take away.
You want?
No.
Because you got a notebook, okay? This one. Okay, now the first thing that you need to, I don't know. The first thing you need to do, okay, what we are doing now is we are doing some kind of a study note for you. Basically, we are summarizing everything. Hey, Lorraine, we can hear you. I mean, also, we can hear you. Oh no, she said shit. It's all recorded. Right? Okay, so first thing we need to know is an element. Okay, this is the definition time. Can you copy down? Copy down first. An element is a substance which cannot be broken down into 2 or more simpler substances by chemical means. Okay, please write that down.
Can I just write down the blacker color part?
Element cannot be broken down into yeah, that's fine.
Just write down what the first word of every sentence.
And
yeah. You
alright, it's a substance which cannot. So what is the thing you need to know? You see, it's a substance, of course. it cannot be broken down into two or more simpler by chemical means. That is the most important part. So most people, they remember it as like, okay, it's an element, cannot be broken down into two or more, or cannot be broken down. Some people forget the two or more simpler substances because there are a lot of things that cannot be broken down. What? Are you kissing your? Right, so it has to be fully defined. Okay, so we know that the elements are placed in the periodic table, right? And we know that the elements, they are the simplest building block of basically everything on Earth. Okay, so that part we don't have to write down. Right, so here's the evidence of where can you see elements. So if you pass electricity through water, you're going to get oxygen and hydrogen. And then you try to break down oxygen and hydrogen further, it cannot be done. Okay, cannot be done. So that tells us that oxygen and hydrogen is the element, they are the simplest substance that cannot be broken down anymore. Okay. Right, so next, this is called the periodic table. Now in this, over here, there are two things you need to know. One is group and the other one is period. So you should write down group, horizontal, group, then dash, vertical. Group, what? Group is associated with vertical. Vertical has the word L, the letter L, so it's like that.
Oh, okay, I can remember now.
Horizontal also has the letter L, so it's like that. You see? You see it? No, it has the letter T. T. Okay. Horizontal has the letter O.
That should be the whole thing.
No, O is like this.
No.
Then O.
Girl has O so.
Oh, no. Oh, can be after those.
You know what? The moral of the story is find a way. Find your way. Okay? Or you can say that, okay, but horizontal has the word, the letter Z. So Z. Horizontal ma, like that. Do.
And vertical,
vertical is like that, no? L, like that. Or V, like that. Up and down. Up and down.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Up, down, ma. V is up, down, up and down. Okay? You see, I'm an English teacher too.
Wow.
Wow. Why don't you teach us English?
Then I'm teaching English now, ma. Vertical, horizontal, ma.
We do English for the rest of the day.
The only problem is that you might not pass English, okay? If I were to teach you English.
Why not, pa?
Yeah. Okay, so group is vertical, right? This is the period. Okay, Blossom, are you able to hear us now, Blossom?
No.
Say no.
If she say no, means she can.
Just say no.
Yeah,
No.
she say yes, very good. Okay, so we're doing revision. We are testing definitions. We're going through and then we're going to test definition. Okay, so we need to know what's vertical, what's horizontal, right? Group and period. So how many, where does the group start? Okay, how many groups are there in the periodic table?
8.
Eight groups.
Yeah.
Right? Which one is the biggest group in the periodic table?
2.
Group two is like this whole chunk. Right? This from here, this group 1, and 2 is whole chunk. Okay, and then we have this ladder. Then what's this ladder about?
Metals and non-metals.
Very good. Which one are metals? Which one are not metals?
Left metal.
The shaded ones are non.
Yeah, the shaded ones here are non-metal. This one are the metals. All right. So there are only two categories, right? Metals and non-metals. Nothing else. Okay. Anybody knows the name of this ladder?
No matter.
Okay. Don't need to know. Don't need to know.
Staircase.
But there's actually a name, right? I forgot what is the name. So here,
Separating
sometimes the exam they don't show the ladder. So you need to know it's below boron, above aluminium. Start from here. Do you understand? Below boron, just draw like that. Just keep going like this. So aluminium here is the it's easy to remember because you know aluminium definitely is a metal, ma? So you must start here. You understand? It cannot be below. It cannot be here as well. Because if you draw like this, then silicon is sand. Is sand a metal? No. Okay, good. So the other thing that I actually made you all memorize is the symbol for the first 20
Oh,
elements. Okay. Now in exam, you don't have to memorize. So I'm not gonna waste time to go through that. But I still ask you all to do it anyway at the beginning of the year. Reason is very simple because it really helps you, makes your life much easier towards the end. Like, what do you mean by towards the end? That means Sec 2, Sec 3, Sec 4. You all know chemistry is compulsory, right? You all know? You have to choose chemistry when you go to Sec 3. Once you reach Sec 2, you have a choice. Like, do you want to take physics, chemistry, bio?
I'll take biophysics.
Usually, your school will say chemistry is compulsory. Usually, okay? But there are some exceptions, but very few. Why? Because they cannot form a class with just physics, bio. Then you'll be the only fella inside. Cannot. They cannot deploy one teacher just to teach you. You understand, right? Or what you have to do is you will have to like swap classes. Then someone must think of a timetable for you. You understand? It's too troublesome. So what they do is everybody just study chemistry.
It just means that you're the king. So everyone
That is too troublesome, right? So usually schools will just say that okay, everyone do chemistry because from then it's easier. So you either get chemistry, bio, or chemistry, physics. So chemistry is, everybody does chemistry, and there's also a very practical reason for that, right? Chemistry is actually one of the easiest to score A1 for O level. Practical meaning, okay, how many A1 you get? Okay, from an exam perspective, it's also the most neutral subject. What do I mean by neutral? That means physics is extreme calculation. Those who love calculation will love physics. Bio is towards what? Memorize things. So those who love memorize things will do bio very well, right? So chemistry is in the middle. It's half, a bit of calculation, a bit of memorizing. Physics is all calculations. 99% calculation, math. Okay, so that is why people, the schools use chemistry as like the middle point. Okay, where everybody will do chemistry. Okay. Right, so we know this from here. Group is vertical, period is horizontal, right? Which is mentioned over here. Okay, zigzag staircase, right? Next. Okay, next we talk about physical properties. Now, for physical properties, most of the things here are easy to understand. There are only two words that I need you to remember what it is. Right, it's actually circled over here. Ductile and malleable. Okay, what's the meaning of ductile?
A tile that's a duck.
What's the meaning of ductile? What's the meaning of malleable?
A
I'll
male,
ask you.
a male able.
Male, what?
Honestly,
Male able.
Male. So are you a male able? So you're malleable, is it? No, ductile is the, you see, can be, it's written here, can you see? English, hello, can be put into wires.
You don't know English, I went to teacher.
Can be put into wires, ductile. Alright, ductile. Okay, please write this down. Please write it down. Write this down. Okay, Blossom, for information, everyone here has a piece of paper.
Except me.
He's using his brain, right? That they are writing this key stuff. They are asking them to write. We are creating some kind of a science note,
Hey, I know that. How can you write?
Never mind, I just write down.
You just write in the
Some
air.
kind of a science note for those very important things, okay? Or things that are not so common, but you need to remember. Next one, please write down malleable. So he said he's malleable, right? So he can be beaten
No.
into shape. Can be beaten into shape. You're very malleable. So what is the meaning of malleable again? Can we put into shape? Example, aluminium, pieces of metal. The metal can be bent or beaten into shapes. No. Like wood can't be beaten. You can't beat wood into the shape. Can or not, Rachel?
You can always try. It does not hurt to try.
You can cut, but you can't beat. You can't beat it into shape.
It
You see, some people try. See, they try to do carving on our table. Right? You can carve things into shape, but you
Why is
cannot.
it only this table that
I don't know.
because the other things are different.
Okay, so two important things to know. So basically, these are the properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, moving on. So we already know this, right? You don't need to memorize the appearance, the color, or whatever. Right? The chemical symbol you can actually get from the periodic table, so you don't need to know that. Now, the common users of metals, non-metals also don't have to memorize. Okay, so yeah, it's fine. No metals, no metals. Okay, so here comes the next one. Compound. What is a compound? Okay, this is one where I make you all memorize and regurgitate many times.
And I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, you can.
I couldn't.
Compound is a substance made when two or more different elements chemically combine together. So the key thing here is two or more different elements. You see, we circle the word different. Why? Because, example, if you have O2, O2 is oxygen. Is this a compound?
Yeah.
Is this classified as a compound?
Yeah. Because there's an O and there's a 2.
Is it? It's not. This is not a compound. Why? You see the definition of compound? Two or more
Same.
different
Same.
elements.
Same.
O is the same as O.
2 is different from O.
O2 means two oxygen atoms, right? So we have two different.
They never see the size.
What?
The size of the element.
Okay, how about H2? What's H2?
House. 2 houses.
Rachel, what's H2?
2 houses.
Oh, don't know.
Basically,
What? Hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas, right? So is this a compound? I put H2. Actually, is this a compound? What? You don't know. Look at the definition. Must be two or more different elements. H2 is basically hydrogen plus hydrogen. Two hydrogen add together become
Hydrogen minus hydrogen.
No, in chemistry, this means they are bonded together. Hydrogen and hydrogen. Okay, so this is one type of element. It's not two different elements. Okay. So this is not a compound. We call this a diatomic molecule. Alright, so when a compound is formed, usually there is a chemical reaction. Okay, like for example, if you take a sodium plus chlorine, you get sodium chloride. So you need to write this now. You need to write this. What is sodium chloride? This is the most common, very good. This is the most common compound that you will see, right? Sodium chloride is salt. It's actually written here. Okay, what is the chemical symbol for sodium?
wait,
What?
I forgot. Wait.
Oh, here
I
comes
know
Boston.
it's
You see? Boston, remember. Na. What is the chemical formula for chlorine?
Cl.
Yeah, Cl. So NaCl. So in exams or in text, usually they put NaCl. So you don't have to panic, right? You don't be like, hey, oh, what is this? I don't know what is this. Right? It's just sodium chloride, which is your salt. Salt. It's just salt. Okay? Nothing exciting. So it's a compound. What is a compound? Two or more different elements can be combined. Sodium and chlorine. So got two. Right? So there are many types of compounds. Okay? You don't have to memorize it.
Not write salt because it's like the same amount of words and you can actually read salt, not clear.
Not clear. How about this? How do you pronounce this?
Cho.
So water, okay, the rest you don't have to memorize, but the common ones are, let's say the common ones, sodium chloride, yeah, that's it.
That's it. So
The rest.
Remember water.
H2O, those you already know. Okay, so how do you form compounds? Right, different methods: burning, combustion, reaction, add other compounds together. decomposition, that means it's breaking down, right? So it's not really, no. All right, so here's another very important table that they need to know. But what do you need to understand here? It's the difference between mixtures and compounds. So what are the differences between mixture and compound? The definition of compound is being repeated here. Compound is made of two or more elements chemically combined.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Huh? No, this is a definition. What is a mixture? Two
Not
or
chemically
more
combined.
substances not chemically combined, right? So that's the first most important thing that you need to know. This guy here is chemically combined. This one is not chemically. So what's the opposite of chemically combined?
Not.
Physical. Okay? Opposite of chemical, right? You can also say that this is physical. Physically combined. So what are examples of mixtures? Milo, right? Here are some examples. Now, so what I need to copy down is this, the definition of mixture. Right, please copy down the definition of mixture. Consists of two or more substances not chemically combined together. Please copy this down.
Both.
Hmm?
Both.
This what? What just happened?
Someone use your account.
Yeah, someone to do that.
And Blossom, are you there, Blossom?
It doesn't really matter.
No, she's still there.
But someone using your account.
But she's still there.
You have been hacked.
Yes. Eh? What's happening? Wait, let me go and check. Record it.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Girls first. Yeah.
Okay, Blossom. Davian say you try first.
Yes.
Can you tell us the differences between compound and mixture? Are you there?
Compound has chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Mixture doesn't have chemical
Yeah.
reaction.
Very good. See, that's the first one. Well done. Okay, what's the next one?
And a compound has fixed proportion by mass,
Okay.
but a mixture does not have fixed proportion.
Yeah, very good. No fixed proportion. Okay, next one.
A compound can be separated by chemical methods,
Yeah.
but a mixture is separated by physical methods.
Very good. And the last one.
And then a compound has different properties,
From
components.
component, right?
And then a mixture has the same properties as the
Oh.
components.
Well done. See? Very good. Round of applause. Next, David. Hey, you see. It's called Solubility.
I
Come,
can't
David.
remember anything, you know.
No,
What?
sorry.
Okay, come, David. Your turn. Number one.
Chemically combined.
Then mixture.
Not.
Okay. Eh, that's not what I say.
Same thing.
Okay, same thing. Right? This chemically combined. That means use chemical reactions. No chemical reaction. Okay, next.
Fixed proportion by mass.
Yeah, very good. It's not fixed proportion by mass. What's the meaning of fixed proportion by mass?
How I know?
You just told me what fixed proportion by mass. Give me an example of fixed proportion by mass.
Jane, what's a fixed proportion?
Google.
Okay, fixed proportion means CO2. 1 carbon, 2 oxygen. Strictly must be like that. Got it? No fixed proportion means you can anyhow add different amounts. Okay? Okay, what's the next one?
Separation.
Oh.
See, you remember other me like.
Okay, so compound is separated by?
Huh?
That's the only one I remember.
Compound is separated by? Chemical. Mixture is separated by?
Physical.
Physical. See? That's it. Okay, next
That's the
one.
only one I remember.
Last one.
This one is different properties.
From its components. Okay, so which one is different?
What compound?
Compound is different. Mixture is same.
What's
See,
the
same
first one? I
property.
forgot.
Okay. Well done. Round of applause for David. Yay.
How about over the first one? Okay, I remember now.
Okay, good. So who wants to try next?
Jim, I summoned him.
Ashley. Okay, eye contact. Ashley got eye contact. Okay, come. What's the first one?
So I don't,
Just means yeah.
if I don't have a,
Yeah, the teacher always do that. They always look
if
around,
I
look
don't have
around.
an eye button, you can't.
Okay, come. Actually, come. What's the first one? Compound has. Start with C. Start with C. Something reaction. Ah, very good. Okay, compound chemical reaction. Then mixture. No chemical reaction. Ding. Okay, how about the next one? It doesn't have to be in order, no. You can jump one. Doesn't matter. Right? Don't have to be in order. But it's not about the differences. Another one is separation. How are compound and mixture separated? Yeah, compound is chemical, right? Then mixture is physical. Okay, that's the second one. Then next, the proportion something. Proportion something. What is that? One of them is fixed proportion. Then the other one is not fixed proportion. Which one is which? Yeah, compound is fixed, right? See, compound fixed proportion. Then which one is no fixed proportion? And the last one has to do with the component. Something to do with the component. Which one has same property as component, then another one not the same property as component. Oh, are you sure who wants to say? Eh? No, component is not the same. Ding, right? Different properties as components. Jim, I still can see. See? Eye contact. This one is you. Okay, different properties as component. Okay, can? Right, this one different, this one same property. Okay, very good. Round of applause as well. Jim.
Yeah.
See, you got eye contact already just now. Come, give me the differences.
I can't remember.
Don't worry, I'll help you, right? Which one has chemical reaction? Which one is physical reaction?
Compound has chemical reaction.
Yeah. Okay. Which one is no chemical reaction? Next one.
Fixed proportion.
Fixed proportion. Which one is fixed? Which one is not fixed?
Compound.
Compound. Fixed proportion. Right. Which one not fixed? Next one.
Separation technique.
Which one is what method?
Using chemical to compound.
Yeah. Which one is
Physical.
physical? Very good. And the last one. The component thing.
Does not have the compound. Does not have the same component.
The same properties.
Same property as the mixture.
Huh? The components, different properties as component, right? This one is same property as component. Okay, round of applause. See, you remember. Come, Rachel. Rachel, say everything. Quick.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, next. That's the last one. Three. Okay, good. Okay, I can review already. So okay, last two. Wait. Which one is different proportion, my maths? Huh? Mixture. Mixture has no fixed proportion. Whereas compound must have a fixed proportion. Okay, and the last one? Yeah, that's it. Okay, right, very good. So you see drilling, right? I need to drill all of you. That's the way to remember stuff.
No, that is not the way to remember.
Yeah, that's the way. I can't think of, unless you can think of a better way to
Yes,
remember.
what?
What's the better way?
Give
You
me
don't
2
study
minutes.
at all. Just
Don't
ask,
study.
go back home.
Then you're not doing any work.
Let
Okay.
me think of. Give me 2 minutes to think of methods to remember science.
No.
Let me think.
Okay, so that is the gist of this chapter, which is called element compound mixture. Okay, the differences between compound and mixture, you know that. Well, all the definitions. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm not going to go through this. I'm jumping to the next one. So the next chapter is called solution and suspension. Okay, next one is called solution and suspension. Anybody didn't go through this? Just want to double check. Anybody didn't go through this? No, right? Everyone went through this, right? Okay, good. So what do you need to know? Number one, what is a solution? Dun, dun, dun.
It's formed when a solute.
When a solute dissolves in a solvent, a solution is formed when a solute, you don't need the example, dissolves in a solvent.
Everyone can follow this one.
Yeah, so the equation, some people remember it as an equation. Solute plus solvent, oh, I should separate it, plus solvent equals solution. And solute is the solid. The solute is the solid. The solvent is the liquid. Right? Right. So this is the first thing that you need to remember. Now the next thing you need to remember is that what is this? Solubility. What is the definition of solubility? This one, see the. Okay, please copy this down. Solubility is the ability of a given amount of substance to be dissolved in a unit volume of solvent at a given temperature. Okay. Right, please copy that down. Solubility is the ability of a given amount of substance to be dissolved in a unit volume of solvent at a given temperature. Right. This chapter is actually very simple, but there are a few things that you must remember. So this is one of them. And the next one, what are the 3 factors affecting solubility? You don't have to copy everything, just copy this: type of solute, temperature of solvent, and the type of solvent. So this is called the factors affecting solubility. Okay, this is what is solubility? Is the ability to dissolve in a unit volume of solvent. So what affects the ability to dissolve? Number one, the type of solute. For example, sugar will dissolve in water. Right? Will chalk dissolve in water?
Maybe.
No.
You will never know.
The answer is no. Right? Just, you'll get like white color stuff floating around.
No.
I'll give you another example. Blood will dissolve in
Alcohol. Water.
no.
In fats.
Huh?
Fats.
No.
In meat.
Blood dissolves in salt solution. Salt solution. But it does not dissolve well in water.
Who the hell would know that?
Now you know. Okay. So the type of solute is important. Right? And then for the type of solvent also. Here's an example. Iodine can dissolve in alcohol. Okay, where do we get iodine from?
Iodine.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Seaweed. You like to eat seaweed?
Yes.
You're eating iodine. You know what's iodine?
Iodine is iodine.
The purple color.
The eye.
This purple color thing.
Ew, don't show me that. Now I won't eat seaweed.
This purple color thing, right? So it's the reason why seaweed is this color is because it has got the purple color thing, right? This iodine. Now, what do people use iodine for?
Food.
Huh? Iodine? You don't know iodine?
No.
For wound.
So we are
You
sick,
fall
we just-
down.
If we're
You
sick, we
fall-
just go to a packet of seaweed and wrap it around our leg.
Well, it might work. I'm not saying it wouldn't. Okay. But your iodine, this iodine that you dab on the wound comes from seaweed. Okay, and we actually, but of course, please don't go and eat this thing. Okay, they put alcohol inside.
You what?
Don't go and eat this iodine. But you can eat the seaweed. You can eat the seaweed. Okay. Alright, so what does it, I mean, why am I talking about that? Is because iodine can dissolve in alcohol, right? Better than in water. So there are three things you know, three factors affecting solubility: type of solute, temperature, and solvent. Okay, next one, which people always confuse with solubility, is the rate of solubility. So just now we are talking about what affects solubility: type of solute, type of solvent, temperature. Now this one is what affects the rate of solubility. It means how fast something can dissolve. Okay, so what are the three things? Temperature, the size. Okay, we're just gonna type in short form. So this is temperature, the size of solute, and stirring. Okay, you don't have to memorize like the whole sentence, right? Just remember what affects the rate of solubility. Three items: 1, 2, 3. The temperature, the size of solute, and amount of stirring. That's it. So this is about solution. Then next, what is a suspension?
A suspension is something. There's suspending the solute.
Yeah, when it doesn't dissolve well. Okay, when it doesn't dissolve well, you get a suspension. But we don't have a definition for suspension. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
I just realized kind of end up already.
Okay, wait, but we are not done yet. Okay, so this is the thing I want you to memorize now.
No.
The
No,
three
just you're getting it wrong.
items. Three items. First one, what is the solution?
A solution.
Solute plus solvent.
Yeah.
You can tell me solute plus solvent is fine. Okay. Then what solubility? Ability of a given amount of substance to dissolve in volume of solvent. What is the factors affecting solubility? Type of solute, type of solvent, temperature. And the last one, what affects the rate of solubility? Temperature, size, and stirring. Simple?
This was the one that I said I was bad at.
Yeah.
I said I was bad at this and I'm still bad at this and I'll never get it because I don't.
No, that's why, because you know why you never get it in your head. Now you need to get it in your head, okay? So 4 items you must memorize, okay?
No.
Knowledge is important.
Let's see how much I can get done.
Yeah, must memorize, okay? Rate. This is rate of solubility. Don't confuse with solubility. How much time you need to memorize? 13 minutes. That will be the end of class.
No, wait 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes.
2 minutes to wrap up.
Okay, I'll give you a discount. 5 minutes.
Nah.
Everybody loves discount, right? You want 10, I give you 5.
Discount and also 5 minutes then we end class.
High ball is
Also 5 minutes then we end class.
What high ball?
high ball. No low balling.
Okay.
So 5 minutes then we end
Low
class.
balling